Pursuant to this is a regular meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council, Borough Seaside Park, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, advertised for Thursday, August 15th, 2024, to begin at the conclusion of the work session meeting, and the work session meeting has now just ended. Pursuant to the provisions of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting was properly provided by transmitting the notice of meeting for publication to the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger on January 5th, 2024. Notice of the meeting of the governing body has also been posted in the corridor of the municipal building and in the office of the municipal clerk. Roll call.
Councilmember Annenfield?
He will not be here this evening.
Thank you. Councilmember Condos?
Here.
Councilmember Connor?
Here.
Councilmember Kraft?
Here.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Here.
Council President Wilk?
Here.
Mayor Peterson?
Here.
Thank you.
Let us all now rise together and stand for a moment of silence to be followed by our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for August 1, 2024, a work session, August 1, 2024, a regular meeting. Any questions, comments, or if not, a motion?
Motion to accept.
Motion by Councilmember Condos,
I'll second.
second by Councilmember Kraft. Roll call.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next, request for approval of the special session minutes, the executive session of August 1, 2024. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor. I'll second that.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft, second by Council President Wilk. Roll call.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Motion approved.
The next item on the agenda is an ordinance, its first reading, ordinance 22421, amending section 43519 of the Borough Code, removes the parking time restriction on Second Avenue, and that entailed the fact that we had previously enacted, and the DOT had finally also enacted their approval of our ordinance making Second Avenue a one-way street, and this also addresses the fact that there are two stop signs now, and the parking places and the prior ordinance would not permit that. So it's first reading. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion, second. Second.
Motion by Councilmember Connor, second by Councilmember Rotunda. Roll call.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And next is introduction, also first reading, ordinance 22422, an ordinance of the Borough of Seaside Park, Ocean County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 405 entitled Streets and Sidewalks. And that action, as per the discussion moments ago at the work session, will also entail our cleanup work on the related ordinance as to site triangles, with the modification to make the two consistent, and this in effect allows elevation for what are defined and called in the ordinance as knee walls. Any other discussion? There's also proposed one added clarification on the language that would allow bulkheading.
Landscape timber.
Landscape timber.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the wall.
All right, so that would be the amendment to
Yes.
prior to actual publication, and then it will get sent to the planning board also for their meeting Monday. With that clarification, is there a motion for first reading?
Motion.
Motion by Council President Wilk,
Second.
second by Council Member Rotunda. Roll call.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are authorizations. First is a block party, August 29th, 2024, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., location 5th Avenue between Central and Ocean Avenue. Approval, if granted, would be conditioned upon the applicant also obtaining a county permit. The second is a wedding ceremony, October 19th, 2024, 12 noon to 12:30, location 9th Avenue Beach. Any other questions, comments on either of the resolutions, or if not, a motion with the one added condition?
May I just a
Yes.
comment? On the application for the wedding one, it says that they are asking that we keep the Moby Mac down on 9th Avenue, where they're having, the wedding there. So I don't think we took them up last year anyway to begin with, did we? I don't think we did.
Took them.
For the winter, but I don't know about that time of year.
See, I think my point is, I'm hoping that we don't do it early, and then that we keep it there at least for them.
They get removed from the top down towards the eastward.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they get, yeah, they stay on the, yes, you're right, yeah.
Well, I guess check with Eric.
So could we make a special request of Eric, just unless it's disruptive to the other, some factor that we're not aware of?
That's a good idea.
I don't know about his scheduling, and I remember them post Labor Day, but I don't know how far.
Yeah, I don't know how they do, and if
Yeah.
they schedule, they can just do that one last or something. I mean, for their
That's a
wedding,
good
I
point.
just want to make sure that everything runs perfect.
Right, trudging through.
So,
Nice. So with that comment, well made, and the one on A is a condition. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilmember Condos,
I'll say,
second by Council President Wilk. Roll call?
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
yes.
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are payments of claims, 224-261, approving an itemized claim set forth on the check registry bill list for the period August 2nd to August 15th, 2024. Any questions, comments from council, or if not, a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mayor. I don't have any comments.
Motion by Councilmember Kraft,
And I'll second it.
second by Council President Wilk. Roll call?
Councilmember Kraft?
Yes.
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
Yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next are resolutions. I'll read in summary fashion. 224-262, awarding a contract to Dejana Truck and Utility Equipment through the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey, ESCNJ Cooperative Pricing System Contract, and gives the numbers 65MCESCCPS 263, accepting the resignation of Gal Robleski from the Code Building Department. Obviously with our uniform thanks and appreciation for many, many years of service, and not just in that capacity, but a lot of capacities.
Yes.
Definitely, I agree.
And the next 264 is authorizing sale of surplus property no longer needed for public use on an online auction website. 265, authorizing 2024 raffle license applications. 266, appointing Jane McIntosh as a provisional technical assistant to the construction official as per civil service. 267, approving an amendment to the Borough of Seaside Park's model personnel policies procedures as per the work session. 268, authorizing the tax collector to cancel the designated tax sales certificates. 269, authorizing the execution of a change order number 2 to the contract between the Borough of Seaside Park and Brave Industrial Paint LLC in the amount of $10,600. 270, a resolution to release the performance bond and accept the maintenance bond of Brave Industrial Paint LLC for Decatur Avenue Water Tower rehabilitation. 271, supporting Revolution, New Jersey, a uniform resolution that is being circulated, and the authors are hoping that that is adopted by each and every town in the state, recognizing and celebrating in the 250th anniversary of the country. In 2 short years, are we? We're 2 years away. And 272 is appointing Joseph Walker to the permanent title of Senior Maintenance Repairer, again as per civil service advertisements, etc. 273, appointing seasonal employees for the Department of Beach Patrol. And those are the resolutions. Any comments from council on any of them?
I'd like to comment on a couple.
Yes.
Resolution 262, this is for $43,763, and that's for the F-450 body, and that is to not to exceed. That's the last meeting, or the reading before that, I forget when, we authorized the purchase of the F-450 pickup. This is the body for that pickup, and that's for the water sources department. The other comment is on resolution 269, the amount of $10,600. That's a decrease in the final amount as opposed to an increase. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Bill. Any other questions or comments from council? If not, I'll go into the audience. It's our practice to allow any public comment on resolutions. They're not required by law. If anyone has any, if they could give their name and address into the record. Yes, Shirley?
Shirley Cressel, 700 North Bayview Avenue. Does anybody know how we're doing with beach badge sales? I know some towns have posted how much they were up. Does anybody know?
We're just on the resolutions now, but
Oh, I'm
you can hold that thought.
I'll hold it.
We'll
I
get
can
you,
remember, but
we'll get you momentarily.
But Shirley, yes, we do.
And we'll keep you in suspense. Anything on resolutions? If not, I'll close the public portion, and I'd entertain a motion from council as a consent agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Council President Wilk,
Second.
second by Councilmember Rotunda. Roll call?
Council President Wilk?
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda?
Yes.
Councilmember Condos?
yes.
Councilmember Connor?
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt?
Yes.
Motion approved.
And anyone else from council have anything else at this juncture?
No.
Hearing none, we'll go into the audience, and we have a question on the floor and held in abeyance
Let's guess
from
what it is.
Shirley.
I think we can guess.
And we can remember the question.
Oh, good.
So,
Okay,
and,
do you have an answer?
and
Joe, have an answer?
Councilmember Connor has an answer.
Okay.
Funny you should ask. We have, I'm gonna, our sales are, this year's sales, 12/1/23. We start in December, so. So right now, our total as of the 15th is $1,902,905. So we're like 97,000 short of breaking the $2 million mark. So hopefully, it's going
Are
to be,
we up or down from last year?
we're up from last year.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but, yeah. we're
That's
up.
good.
I don't have the delta, but I know we're up. from
But
last
we're
year.
up,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, and the chief isn't here, so maybe somebody could pass it on to him. I know we have bike cops. There's a couple that like to ride on the sidewalk instead of in the street, and I think that can cause a little confusion for people that know they're not allowed to ride on the sidewalk, and our bike cops are doing it, so maybe that can get passed on to him since he's not here. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll pass that on. Any other questions or comments? Yes, Alan?
This is a great night to ask questions.
Yeah.
Alan Mobley, 1450 Street. I was on the boardwalk the other day and almost got run over by bicycles. I know that we have an ordinance that 9 AM, no bikes on our boardwalk, is that correct?
It's,
Is that-
it's 11 o'clock from 14th, no bikes after 11 o'clock from 14th to, the bathhouse, basically, yeah. And it's 9 o'clock from the bathhouse to Stockton.
Okay.
No bikes. No bikes, no scooter, I mean, it's all the above.
All right. All right, I did see a sign by Sawmill, but it was covered by vegetation that said no bikes beyond, past this point from 9 o'clock on. Okay, but I thought we used to have a sign by the bathrooms that said 9 o'clock, but it's 11 o'clock?
It says right on the south side of the bathhouse, on the beach side, there's a sign that says no bikes past here at 9 o'clock, right
Right.
before the lifeguard headquarters, yes.
Okay.
And it's 11 o'clock on all the street signs at each ramp location, stuff like that.
For the next part of the question.
I gotta tell you, I'm sorry,
That's all right.
it's an ongoing battle, with our, beach control badge people who try to police that. There's a lot of pushback on it, and they try the best they can, but I mean.
Well, no, I'm not blaming anybody, but I
No, I know.
remember years ago, maybe before Sandy,
Yeah,
there was a sign out by the bathrooms that said no bikes beyond this point after such and such a time.
yeah,
There are a lot of people, I guess they're just here for 2 weeks, they don't know the ordinance,
Right.
and they're probably not expected to know the ordinance.
right. And it goes from 11 to 9. That's a real quick, it's almost like a speed trap, quite frankly. But most go, oh, I'm sorry, and they peel off.
All right. Second thing is, I've seen motorized vehicles or either bikes or scooter.
The skateboard.
Thank you, skateboards, okay, that are motorized, and I thought we're not supposed to have any motorized items on, so, I mean, is there a possibility of making a sign so people are aware of it? Because if they're not aware of it, you can't expect them, to say that, well, nobody told me. Well, they don't live here, so they wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Brings me to my last point with the tents on the beach. I know we have that ordinance because the former council person who passed away worked on that diligently with his committee. And yet I see many of these tents, and I think they're safer than umbrellas, but I see them very close to the water edge. And I think it's unfair for the people who come here, want to sit in a chair and just look at the beach and the water. I know there are some towns that don't even allow umbrellas or tents at all on their beaches. But I think maybe we can think about for next year, a post at every entrance or after you walk on the beach, no canopies beyond this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's one for the baby tents you can bring to the water, but not these big ones, and I've now seen 3 times this year when I go to the beach, tenting, or 2 tents or 2 canopies together, right at the water's edge. I don't know how you can enforce that. You can't have the lifeguards, you can't have your people getting off, the lifeguards getting off and saying you can't have that there. So maybe we have to go the next drastic, not drastic, but the next measure, and put one of the poles in the ground at when you walk on, no canopies allowed past this point. So maybe people will say, oh, okay. And I'm sure most of them would agree and not do it, but I mean, there must have been out 9 of them between 5th and 7th Avenue this week and the week before. Yeah, up to Monday. I haven't been on the beach since Monday, but Sunday and Monday and I think Thursday and Friday of last week. And now I didn't see anything when I took a walk today because they're probably 2-week vacationers or whatever it might be, and nobody told them.
Are the tents open on 4 sides, or?
Yeah, they are.
Are they less than 10 or 10 foot or less?
I didn't measure them, but I'd say they're
It seems like-
8 to 10. The ones where you put the stick in and then you have the sand, okay?
Okay, so it's
Right.
really it's the position, not the size, or the construction.
They're supposed to be
Potential
from like the
problem.
garbage pails
Yeah, they
up
moved
to the
garbage
boardwalk,
tax,
between the
that-
boardwalk and the and that's really where they're supposed to be, I think, by
Right.
the ordinance.
Yes.
That's
but-
exactly
Right?
correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
we talked about this once before, because somebody is,
Maybe just
Yeah.
They moved
I
the
mean, I
garbage
just need
cans back, I think, a
reinforcement.
little further.
yeah.
need new signs to say where the line is as opposed to a moving with respect to the
Or,
garbage.
or maybe
Just
we
a
should take a look at allowing those, bigger canopies to begin with, as a discussion point.
To me, not allow them?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of beaches aren't doing, I'm not saying we copy, we always, no, we're not, we're just looking at best practices and you figure out what to do. Because quite frankly, when our beaches, especially where you're suggesting, well, actually all the beaches, a lot of times this summer and the
Last
weekend,
week, they were
it
packed.
takes up a lot of space and that's why a lot of the towns, all up and down the coast,
I guess that makes sense,
have not allowed those, like at all.
yeah. Those are
And,
big.
and some of the bigger discussions our people have with people who have these up already and everything, as they tell our beach people up in the front, our rovers go down there, and the managers go down, it gets to be,
I don't think it should be
So-
their responsibility, but what I've seen on other beaches is a one post in the ground, not wooden, but a metal post, and they have a sign in there, that's all. No no tents or canopies beyond this point. And you determine where you want, where Public Works decides how far away from the water do you want them.
Yes, we could talk about.
I think it should
part
be
of the
behind,
beach
like, if you go to
recreation.
Seventh Avenue, if you
Yeah.
go there and you have the walkway and the T-bar,
right,
it certainly should be behind there, at least that far back.
yeah.
But I think that you'd have to look at it and work it out, and see how it looks on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, I know how, yeah.
It's supposed to be, like
Yeah,
Councilwoman said.
I'm agreeing with you
okay,
100%.
It's supposed to be by the garbage, behind the garbage.
Yeah.
And I think Eric moved the garbage cans back further, but I'm not sure.
Well, you
Yeah,
know
I
what?
mean, you could do it, I mean, I'm not a fan of, not that we're solving it here anyway.
No.
but Not a fan of putting some permanent signage in the sand, because now you have the rakes that have to go around it. I mean, not to mention, I feel like we're like sign heavy to begin with, so, maybe it's, lifeguards have something like the way they put out their yellow flags, you put it, it's like, something that comes in and out every day, but I don't know.
This is
I'll
a good
let
discussion. I think
Yeah.
that we need to talk after the season about even allowing this or doing this. Maybe, and we don't have to talk about it now, but not just a sign there, but maybe a sign up by where the badge location is. That's very visible enough, so they're not carting it all the way down there and seeing like
Nobody
that.
reads the signs.
So,
Read the sign.
Everybody's so eager to get on the
Sign.
beach, they just.
I'm not talking a sign that goes in the ground, I'm talking a sign that can go right underneath all the ones we have.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, all the other signs.
Nobody reads
yeah.
the signs, in my.
Basically,
Yeah,
you
I
can't.
just thought I'd bring it
Yeah.
up for next year. I don't think
a good
anything can
point.
be done now, but I'm seeing more of them pop up. And I'm not against them. I think they're safer than the umbrellas, but the way some
Not a
people put their
tail.
umbrellas in sand.
What you need is not
Okay.
words. but
I really don't
visual.
rest on the beach because I'm kind of worried on a breezy day that something may be flying right past me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
for
Al.
the
Thank you.
comment.
Am I allowed to re-comment?
Sure, we'll make an exception.
No, I'm gonna make it short. I just have to comment about these canopies. I don't understand the problem with them. First of all, you could have 4 umbrellas stuck in, and that blocks more than these canopies do. And having little Abby has to be in the shade, but then we have 3 other little ones that we try to keep our eye on, and we like to be near the water. You go down the handicap ramp, and we set it up, everybody has their shade, it's not blocking anybody, because you can see through them so easily. And they're safer than the umbrellas. I mean, not down by the water, but then what if people go down and put 4 umbrellas up in a row and they all gather? That's more obstruction these canopies, I'm not talking about the big ones. Now, there was one on H Street a week ago that was like huge. They had big coolers, I mean, it was big. You could camp under this one. But, I mean, we have a small one, and, you know, we put Abby under it, and one of us sits by her, and I don't understand what the problem is. And if you try to go behind the garbage cans, you're in the dunes where we are. So, you can't say that. And when those little birds are there, then there are no garbage cans. So, I think you need to be a little more lax with that, because personally, the small ones, I don't see the issue with. Personally, and by some other people. But thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Any other public questions or comments? Hearing none, I'd close the public portion. Anyone else from council have anything, or if not, a motion?
We'll make that motion, Mayor.
Motion by Council President Wilk, second by Councilmember Kraft for adjournment. Roll call?
Council President Wilk,
Yes.
Councilmember Kraft,
Yes.
Councilmember Condos,
Yes.
Councilmember Connor,
Yes.
Councilmember Rotunda,
Yes.
motion approved.
And thank everyone for coming, and we'll stand adjourned.